Well, today's project is a Case 450 Dozer.
Nice.
He called me on YouTube and said, hey, come fix my stuff, so now I'm here. So hopefully we won't break too much stuff. I mean, we'll fix everything.
I'm not necessarily using this thing for commercial work. We're just gonna dig a pond with it, you know, so. And then maybe put a backhoe on it, I don't know yet.
Could we put a turbo on it? Nitrous?
Yeah.
Maybe some propane injection?
First thing first, we gotta get the battery in. We're gonna put some new terminal ends on it. And then we're gonna fill up the torque converter so we can actually move it. And everything smells like starting fluid right now because the cap came off and yeah, it let loose. You were smelling it the whole way back, huh?
Yeah.
He was driving behind me and he's like, ah, what's that smell?
As soon as we pulled into this place, way up above the road, I was like, man, is that the lake smell? It smells like ether. Somebody's getting high, man.
I hear the new neighbor's chainsawing over there.
Yeah, I did a, which one was it? You need a razor?
Yeah. Ah, it's like a rock. Here we go. It's safe to say we need to replace that. All these wires, but we'll get to those in a bit.
Yeah, you just use it to start. That's what you need it for.
Big cables.
I'm selling that little Ford tractor of mine, the little 1710.
Yeah, I like that tractor.
And I had a guy come out and I've got a battery disconnect on it. So I opened the hood, I flipped the battery disconnect down, and I started up. He's like, whoa, what's that for? I'm like, well, it's a tractor. It sits out here and never gets used. I want things draining the battery down. Well, is that factory? No, it's not factory. It's just a preventive maintenance, you know, because I don't use a tractor all the time.
Yeah.
Well, what would it take to put it back to factory? I'm like, dude, I'm not doing it.
This is a bonus.
Yeah, either buy the tractor as is or you can walk. Well, I drove 80 miles to be here. I was like, well, I guess you drove 80 miles to do nothing.
Yeah.
You know what?
That's so funny. He didn't want a disconnect on there?
No, he didn't understand what it was, is the problem. Well, there goes that theory.
Yeah, this is why you always hire a professional.
Just stand there and watch you work. Full words, I'm gonna hit him up for it. Like, hey man, put some bumpers on my truck.
Go juice.
You ever heard the story behind the company used to make all the, like 70% of the world plastic fuel cans?
No.
Blitz. So Blitz used to be like the world leader of plastic fuel cans. And then some idiot was starting a fire with gasoline, goes and dumps it on the fire, catches himself on fire. Lawyers get a hold of it, so they go to court and they sue Blitz. Blitz wins, but it costs them about $1 million in legal fees. But while this is going on, some other idiot catches himself on fire, and then he ends up suing them. So this sounds like the chain reaction of all these idiots catching themselves on fire and Blitz winning every single lawsuit, but it bankrupted the freaking company because they had to spend so much money on legal fees. Well, this company had been around for 30, 40 years. There's multiple generations of family members that all work for the same company. You know, and I saw this interview with the employees. They loved, you know, the boss. They loved the owners. Everybody got along, and it was a big staple of the community there. Whole company shut down because jackasses with lawsuits thinking they're going to get rich. You know, set yourself on fire. Like we all know not to use gasoline to start a freaking fire.
So if you don't have ether, you can just take a rag of gasoline and sit it over the intake, and that'll usually help start it out. But
Real famous for his drug use.
oh yeah, Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah. As long as you're not Hunter S. Thompson, you know, a can of ether go a long time.
Yeah. He's got ether on the truck, which is fantastic. Oh, he hopes he does. If not, we'll use a gas trick. It'll work just fine. And I'm so excited about getting this dozer running. We're going to start building the new pond, and we need it for every little job on the property, and it's just a must-have.
While you're cranking it, try lowering your your bucket.
Seems to run. Woo! What do you think about that motor?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
It's funny, I like it loud, but then again, if I was running it for more than an hour, I'd have to have a muffler.
Yeah, no question. I want to shoot that stack really high too. Strap on and stick your legs out?
Yeah, well, I stepped on it like that. I was like, maybe this will pull off. And boom!
What's crazy is it hasn't leaked. Like I don't understand why it hasn't leaked.
Maybe just because it's cold.
You think it healed itself? Maybe
I don't know.
Maybe it's a miracle.
Crawl underneath it, we'll look at it anyway, but when you're cranking it over with the bucket up,
yeah,
a lot of times that loads the hydraulics, so it puts a huge strain on the engine. So if you ever have, like, you start at a piece of equipment and it goes and you'll grab the hydraulic, whatever the control joystick, move it around or move it down, a lot of times it unloads the hydraulics and it frees up the engine to where you can spin it a lot faster.
Yeah, it was amazing. In just 2 seconds it freed it up. We'll bust out the computer, look at the manual, and get a game plan and a plan of attack. It seemed like I wasn't really paying attention to my transmission pressure, but it seemed like we were doing okay. Didn't really seem like it was struggling much. It wasn't that great in high gear, so we'll see if we can get some more power out of it too. But I'm sure that torque converter's, you know, it might need a new torque converter.
Oh, probably, was it 9/16? And that ratchet or that impact. You know, sometimes when I'm feeling stressed about life or lonely, I just kind of like to crawl underneath the piece of equipment and get dirty.
It's always good to have, you know, 14,000 pounds hanging over your head too.
Yeah, dirt in your eyes and getting your hands and your clothes filthy, and but I could be inside on the computer all day watching the internet.
Yeah, I hear YouTube's good.
Man, there ain't no future in that YouTube. I tell you what, you ain't making a living off of it. Nobody watches your videos. Y'all should just stay away. Famous last words from all the rednecks I deal with. Man, that YouTube's a way for the government to track you. Like, oh yeah, they're talking to me on like their brand new iPhone, you know, X10 or whatever, and they're worried about getting on YouTube. The government tracking their YouTube watching. All right. Well, I guess we'll fire it up.
All right.
Let's watch this thing for a little while and see what we got. So once you get this thing all up and going, you gonna paint it and everything, or you're just gonna leave it how it is?
Now I'm gonna paint it up, make it look pretty, put some new stickers on it. I was thinking about like a Fast and Furious theme, you know?
Stripes, or you should get that one like the original one where he's like, yes!
It's that one where it's like this on the side of it.
The Silver Surfer looking dude. Look,
yes. That's it. That's the one
what's
I want.
he pointing at? He's pointing at a headlight.
Like, you never had your tractor.
Come on, Brian.
What do you think that rough idle is? Wow, 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 wow.
Sounds like one cylinder's got a little low compression. Oh, this white's blowing white smoke up. Get it out, you got an injector sticking, something like that. Might clear up, it's been cold. It really hasn't got a top rated temperature yet. Has it always done that?
Not that I noticed, but then again, I've never really, it's always been in the back of my mind to start this project, never in the front.
Yeah.
Immediately better.
Yeah. Right out.
Say that again?
The idle just smooth right out.
I can't find the leak. Like, it's just not leaking. I think I may drive it around, see if I can get it to dump fluid.
Yeah, let's just operate it for a little while, get it good and hot, and put it under a load. Let me put those bolts back in, and then we'll crawl back underneath it and see if there's anything leaking.
Okay. Try that other gear and see exactly what that is, if that's a low or high. I don't think she's leaking, man.
I don't see anything.
What do you think happened? Like, why all of a sudden was it magically healed?
I think it probably sat for a while, and the seals themselves got dry.
Yeah.
And then after it actually started up and ran, the seals got lubricated and they swelled back up.
I mean, we'll check for leaks, but everything got warm.
Yeah, everything's hot.
She's at operating temperature.
Definitely need to build your little cage around it, though.
Oh my God, it's kind of scary, especially when you're going back in there, you know?
Oh, something else about it, I'm sure you figure that out real quick, is when you're sitting down there and you're coming up over a ledge, it will launch you out.
Yeah.
So whenever you're coming up on a hill, it kind of stand up a little bit.
Okay.
And if you sit all your weight down on the seat, it's going to catapult you, and you're going to be on the engine.
Oh.
I've done it.
That looked fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to build a seatbelt rack and then get a cage around it.
Yeah.
So I think I am going to go ahead and order all my filters and replace those. I can tell the system needs to be bled. Well, not bled, I mean it'll bleed itself, but I've got to put some more hydraulic fluid in there, but I can do that at any time. Pretty cut and dry. I can't believe it's just been letting it sit here and it works. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we'll check the fluid level on it here in a minute and make sure it's still the same, but that's just super impressive, man. I'm really happy. I did have one question. This track over here is too tight. Whoever greased it,
oh yeah,
they got, I mean that sucker is super tight, and that is super tight. I think probably ain't gonna happen.
Alright, so
in there. So
should be a,
I think it's this cap, maybe? And there's a grease cert in it.
Take one of the grease certs out.
Yeah.
If you take it out, then it'll squirt fluid, some grease back out, and then you can readjust it. But yeah, it is too tight. It'll wear out your idlers.
Yeah, it's not good. I mean, the sucker is so tight.
Here, this is into an adapter.
I remember them saying it's in a cap or it's under something. It may even be under this.
Yeah.
We got like an inch of moss growing in there.
That's for the pin. No, I guess it's not a pin.
I've got my computer over here. We'll pull it up.
Yeah, I think if you take off either that one, take that grease fitting out, it'll start shooting grease out, or you take that out.
It'll start shooting it out.
And you can even drive it forward or drive it in reverse a little bit, and that'll
yeah, it doesn't need
make the
much.
idler to go back. Yeah, people that's the one major problem with especially guys that don't read the manuals or stuff on whatever. These tracks will be way too tight. They keep pumping until they can't fit any more grease in, and then if these are tight, you wear out your sprockets or your segments, you wear out your idlers, and you can actually slip a track off easier when it's tight than you can when it's a little bit loose.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. A question: what bolts do I use on this? Just regular old bolts would be fine, or grade 8s, or
grade 8s,
or specific bolts?
Nah, just get you some grade 8s.
All right, just grind these off, put new bolts in there, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Because yeah, they ain't gonna come off by themselves. And so it feels like I got a couple of them. There's another one. Oh, that one's bad.
Nice.
I don't believe it. That's unbelievable.
No leaks.
I mean, there's no leaks. I feel like I let everybody down.
You didn't let me down. I'm happy.
You didn't have to pull a torque converter.
Yeah. I had to crawl underneath to do a bunch of work. I'm not really that concerned about doing the work, but like pulling it apart and like trying to find like all the parts, and then it's a Saturday, so I can't find them today, so that means Monday. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
That the parts is like the bane of my existence. I don't have any problem working on any part of any piece of equipment. It's all nuts and bolts to me, but dicking with the parts, that's the, God, it's annoying, because you order them, then they're the wrong ones, and then you order some more, then they're the wrong ones, and then they don't want to pay for the freight to ship them back. And
yeah, I'm gonna order all the filters, and then as soon as you put it in neutral, it doesn't care about brakes. It doesn't need brakes. So on your dozers, you can use your brakes to turn, but these brakes are so weak on these tractors that it'll wear them out quick. If you ever use them you could probably work one job and you're wearing through the pads. So they say use them only in emergencies, but it's got no issue stopping. And the other thing is, you just drop your bucket down if you're ever sliding. And we're gonna build a ROP system for this, and I'm gonna install a seat belt when I install the seat. So safety is very, very important to me, and I always wear my seat belt in the Mahindra. But
this thing will launch you out of it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I mean,
what is ROPS?
I don't want to die. Oh, rollover protection. So it'll be a big bar or a cage. Since I'm going to be doing a lot of forestry work with this guy, I'm probably going to build a steel cage. So, and we'll come back into the original attachment points and see how that all works out. So, man, I'm super happy. I think I need to go ahead and give it another, I don't know, I mean, run it for 10-20 minutes and just see what happens, you know.